That's a very nice thing to say. Well, listen, I think that we had to aim for that. That we wanted it. One thing, we didn't have to set up the world. We'd already done that heavy lifting in season one. And so we could just now dive into the story. And we also had the expansion of the story with Juliet's adventure over in another silo that's dead, and she meets Steve Zahn. Not called that, but so we had these different stories that we could bounce back and forth. And I think that and being able to dive into the characters' lives even more really helped us. Speaking for the writers, we had a lot of fun writing this season, and then to see it come to life is just it's a thrill. So the Juliet story, for all the big beats of it, are pretty much there in Hugh's book. And it's the second half of the first book. So the first season was the first half, right up to Juliet going out over the hill and disappearing. And the way we did the uprising was a little bit different than Hugh did it, partly because we had set up some characters in a different way, and we need to dive into their lives. But it's still an uprising, and the best review, I don't know how people are going to receive this, but the best review we've got is that Hugh and his wife loved it. So they watched it a couple times. So it's like that's the most important thing. It's a really cooperative and community-like set. I'm sure a lot of people say that, but they all enjoy working together. And so, but they're also embracing. So when Zahn joined, it was basically just him and Rebecca for a big stretch of time. And Rebecca and I got on a Zoom with Steve when we were wanting to hire him and trying to talk him into it. We already had him. We didn't know that, but we already had him. He was dying to do it. They just hit it off. So they had so much fun working together. That it's a cool deal. The other part of it was expanding in the actual sort of physical world. So we see this other silo, this dead silo, and Nicole Northridge, our production designer, did an amazing job with figuring out how that would look. So it was a weird year, right? It's the strikes. I saw episodes and I never saw any of the water tanks. I was there for that. But when you have the directors that we have, so Michael Dinner and Eric Avellino and Amber Templemore, you're in good hands. It's going to be good. There's a lot of secrets. My pledge is that we'll continue to, find new secrets, new mysteries, but that we will, if we get the chance to do the whole thing, we will answer all the mysteries. Because we're no interest in leaving people hanging. I mean, Hugh did it in the books, so we owe the story that.